I have been experiencing more spaciousness by being still and multidimensionally connecting, grounding to source, to the ethers, to all that is. That the third density reality seems to be like dreamlike state. It also feels like it's fading away. Is that just because I am grounding into source and into the ethers?
Yes, dear one, what you are experiencing is your ascension process. There is one piece missing from this that I invite you to consider, and this is while you are grounding into source and into the ether, it is also important to ground into the core of the new earth, and this is the Holy Trinity, so to speak. Because when you are only grounding to source and to the ether, there is a premature disconnection from the earth that is being created. You are still meant to be part of the earth and what is occurring here. And by grounding to the core of the new earth, you are bringing through that ascension energy into the collective energy field, into the field for use by humanity. And so if you only ground to source and to the ethers, you will take yourself out very quickly. It can cause a physical death. It can cause a premature leaving of this reality. Your ascension process is meant to be a merge of expansion and moving into your multidimensional self and the expansion of your human self, the grounding and anchoring in of your human self. Does this make sense, Tier 1?
Oh, totally. Totally. Such clarity. And, that probably explains the heart issues I've been having. And some of the physical issues might be.
Experiencing palpitations, Tier 1?
Yes. And like a tightness down my left arm. Yeah. That explains a lot. So,
yes, this is an energy imbalance because of too much multidimensional etheric expansion and not enough human expansion and anchoring. Not to say you are not expanding at the human level, but it is not balanced with your multidimensional expansion. There must be a balance.
And Susie brought that up in the Creation Temple about grounding into the new earth. So that brings such clarity. And I thank you for that. And my second question, I think you kind of already answered it. Grounding into source, into the ether, into the void, into the present moment. Are all of these frequencies, expressions, spaces, are they all the same or are they different?
Mm-hmm. I will do my best to explain through this channel. There are subtleties and variances in these frequencies, dear one. Source is different than the void. Ether is different than the void or than source. They have subtle qualities that are different and therefore different frequencies. The combination of all of these frequencies is the wholeness of what you are going after. And even this channel will speak of the God frequency, and this is different than source or the void or the ether in subtle different ways. Yes, it is all one, and yes, it is all the same in many ways, but different codes of creation come from different places and therefore carry different frequencies. So let me try to explain a bit more. Source is the beginning of everything. As humans understand linear time, source is the beginning, beginning, beginning. And out of source comes God, out of source comes the ether, out of source comes creation codes, out of source comes your multidimensional beingness, out of source comes everything, all the multiverses, all experience. So it is the beginning point of all that is created, all that is generated, everything experienced along the soul journey. Everything comes out of source. And then the ether, the plasma, the God codes, all of these other things are generated and created from source, and so therefore have slightly different subtle qualities.
I received your message about grounding into New Earth, and thank you for that. But I do have a question about that. When you embody Source, and you ground into Source, in some way, fashion, or form, are you also grounding into the New Earth too?
Not by default. No, this is an additional intention you need to add to your grounding.
Gotcha.
Because, yes, when you ground into source, you are grounding into all that is, but you specifically want to create a channel or a bridge between source and the new earth to assist her in her ascension process. And it is not just to assist her, but it is also to keep you in physical human form connected to your planet that you are on right now. Because when you ground into source and all that is, then you are grounding into all the other planets, all the other places. But you want your strongest grounding point to be with planet Earth because that is where your human body is at this point in time in your soul journey. And so you want to keep that connection. Imagine if you are a magnet and magnetizing to all the other magnets. Well, to have a connection to something, you want to magnetize to specific magnets so that otherwise the connection becomes diluted or not even relevant at all.
I know I have been grounding into uh, the purity points of Earth, and that is related to the new Earth. These in the physical way of grounding, of part of the multi-dimensional grounding into new Earth. Is that, do I also connect to the physical Earth in this third dimension to the purity points as well?
Describe what you mean by purity points, dear one.
Like Mount Shasta, like um, the sacred places around the Earth from star beings
Yes.
that came.
What is most important is grounding to the core. And then if you wish to work with a specific area on the planet, then you can ground into that.
Ah,
So if you wish to bring codes in for Mount Shasta, as an example, then you can work with grounding into that spot. If you wish to bring codes in for Sedona or for Mount Kalish or for other places on the planet, then you can ground into those specific places. So it is wherever you wish to bring those codes in for those places or receive codes from those places, then you would ground into those spots.
Wow. Wow. I guess that's why I've had a knowing to do that, to a desire to do that. Next question. I got a nudge from the light realms to do a ceremony, and I just wanted to bring it to you to get clarity on it first. What I was given is to, with the light, with source light, to clear the earth of dark entities and dark beings who have taken over physical body when the original soul exited the physical body. Just need your guidance on that, and if this was from the light realms, and if this is something that I need to do.
It's not something you need to do, but it is something you have the tools and skills to do. It is something you may want to cloak yourself first before you do this. Just, it is not necessary to bring attention to yourself for this. And it is something that if there are others who are willing to join you in this, it would add power and amplitude for this service work. So you could invite others to join you if they are willing.
Of course. Thank you. The dark forces on the moon, the reincarnation technology that they're attempting to trap souls again with, and also along with that, they are targeting social media platforms to heavily manipulate and program the human population. This just came to me to connect, like other light workers do, is to connect to the hearts of all beings on the planet. To come as one source light, to send our love and light from our I am presence to the moon, to these dark beings and their deeds, to disassemble their agenda. And will you please share on this subject? Thank you.
Dear one, this is being taken care of, and it is, in most cases, a waste of your energy and resources to send dark beings light to try to shift something. What is a better use of your energy and resources is to build your own light body, build your own multidimensional beingness, build your own human expansion, and simply allow that to emanate and influence the field as it will. But to send targeted energy to beings serving the dark agenda, some of them know how to harvest this energy and turn it around and use it for nefarious purposes. And some of them just simply, it will not penetrate. It will not influence in the way that you intend. And so it is better to simply embody this light and emanate it and allow it to serve those beings who are awakening into the light, who are serving the light, and who could use some extra energy and support. It would be better served and used in this way.
In our creation temple gathering this past Monday, in Susie's container with source light, love and light, the demonic ceremonies that have been taking place, like the Academy Awards and the Super Bowl, where they do the demonic display, and I was just curious as to how this container affected those energies that was projected onto humanity. Thank you.
It cleared a layer, dear one, meaning that there are so many layers with the dark agenda. There are so many layers of influence that it has. And so this cleared a layer. It did not stop them from moving forward with their agenda, but it gave them some bumps in the road, so to speak. And so this is the type of thing that would be beneficial to do over and over until you emerge into new earth.
Next question. Is there any dark manipulation that still wants to suppress me? Sometimes I feel them, but from a distance, but I do feel it. Also, I feel the power of source arising, source light within me that keeps them away. Any comments about this?
Yes, dear one. They will always be there until humanity transcends polarity and is fully in the new earth timeline. They will always be there, waiting, looking, searching for energy to steal and harvest, etc. So this is why it is important to be so diligent in building your light body, because eventually you become a frequency that they cannot mess with, and eventually you become a frequency that they cannot find.
Is there any guidance in this now of how to cultivate my light body in this moment?
Yes, dear one, beautiful question. Imagine at your solar plexus, your soul light glowing within your being. As you connect with source light, the ether, core of the new earth, you bring those energies in through your crown, in through your root, in through your heart. They coalesce at your solar plexus, growing and amplifying your own soul light that is already within you. Allow this light to grow in strength and magnitude, and allow it to burst out from your body and being, out through your auric field, into your home, into your town, as far out as you wish it to go, but allow that light to burst out from you. And when you feel those dark beings around you, go through this exercise again where you bring your attention and focus to amplifying your soul light within you by connecting with Source, the ether, and the core of the new earth. And continue to
Wow.
strengthen your light in this way. And this will translate to your multi-dimensional beingness as well.
I know in one of the questions I had with you in a past session where I was experiencing the releasing of culmination of energies. And you did mention that Earth is in the process of this. I'm just curious, um, has this happened to Earth yet, or is it close to her releasing these culmination of negative frequencies? Is there anything that our container can do with Susie to assist her in this release? I thank you.
She is still in process, dear one, and the thing you can do to support is what I have described before with building your own light body, doing your own inner work, healing yourself, healing your inner child, releasing that which no longer serves your soul mission and life. By clearing yourself and releasing what no longer serves and building your light body, you are serving Earth to assist. Remember that
Beautiful.
anything you do for yourself assists humanity, assists Mother Earth, and assists the collective. And so always bring it back to yourself, dear one, because whatever you do for you, you are doing for other.